Go ahead.
Even like what they have in sports, they have position coaches.
Yeah.
Like if you play point guard, you know, you'd be more apt to be groomed by someone like a Jason Kidd.
Right.
You know,
You
somebody
can do the praying time example.
Yeah, he'll be able to groom them cornerbacks. But he ain't gonna be able to fool them linemen like that. You know, but he can groom the cornerbacks on Yahawashi. You know, he can groom the rest of the elect men, you know, because he done played opposition before.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. You know?
He played all the positions.
Yeah,
The
right.
center, the forward, the
Yeah.
point, the shooting guard,
I'll stop.
the quarterback, the tackle.
Right.
You know? Go ahead, bro.
The 2 Timothy 2:8.
Break down.
Remember that Yahawashi of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds, but the word of Yahweh is not bound.
And why I keep saying the seed of David, man? Because that was a promise made to David. You know? Bible Sean, get that 2 Samuel 7 and 30, and start at 12. See, what we seeing fulfilled, these are old promises, man, that we're seeing being fulfilled on earth, man. Even us waking up on our feet, man. He told Ezekiel that almost 2,800 years ago, 2,700 years ago, that we would be up on our feet, man. You know? And this happened in the day, man.
2 Samuel 12.
Yeah, 2 Samuel 7 and 12.
Let's go link up that eternal glory.
You got it.
All right, this verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake,
Yep.
that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahawashi with eternal glory.
Hey, read it again, bro.
It says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sakes, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahawashi with eternal glory.
Yo, we got to endure all things for the next sake of the Yahawashi did. He endured everything he went through for the sake of the elect, because he knew through the elect the rest of the nation would come back. So ultimately, Yahawashi, all right, put on for the whole nation, man. But the elect will see the benefits of that in this lifetime, man. You see, through their belief, you know.
And this 2 Samuel 7 and 12. And we,
Cold front in the middle of Parker Street in Jackson.
It's sad.
at the 2 Samuel 7 and 12. When thy days be fulfilled, and they shall sleep with their fathers.
Now this is the prophecy that Nathan the prophet is telling David. When days be fulfilled, which means when his last day appointed to be on earth before he would die, all right, these things will happen. Go ahead.
I will set up thy seed after thee.
Going back to the seed. The scripture tell you what it's speaking of, man. You see? But when you, all right, is enchanted by this Christianity, you know, you just have a mind frame of immaculate birth. You know? And that really goes into women worship, because that's really saying women can do no wrong.
Do anything.
Yeah, that's why women, it's that stigma about women, as if they can do no wrong. Like Mary just blameless. No, man.
Yes, she had that Barclay, what's it called? Barclay land?
Yeah.
But if you even break down the term immaculate conception, it's an oxymoron. Immaculate means defiled, right? Well, no. Immaculate is supposed to be clean.
Yeah, right.
It's supposed to be clean. But when you go into the origin, it's defiled. Because of what?
Yeah.
Because of the conception.
Right.
Because conception means what? Conceived.
Seed.
Right.
Semen is taken in. So how can something be clean when semen is taken in? That's the reason why
The
Mary.
purification law. That's where it
There
comes
you
into
go.
place.
There you go.
So they can cleanse themselves. You know?
I will set thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Proceed out his bowels, man, through his loins. All right. Now Solomon came through his loins, but then when you read on, it's gonna let you further know that it's speaking of another time, man. You know, go ahead.
I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name,
Yep.
and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
His throne forever. Now King Solomon built the physical temple, you see, but did it last forever? No. All right. They had to rebuild the second temple, and then even that one didn't last, man. So what eternal temple is this speaking of, man? You know, this 2 Peter 2 and 5, or 1 Peter 2 and 5. You know, what temple is it speaking of, man? You see?
1 Peter 2 and 5, it says, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house.
Or built up a spiritual house, man. You see, this that house that Yahawashi is going to build. All right, the seed of David, Yahawashi. This is fulfilling that in Samuel, man. All right, because this house is going to last forever. You see? Go ahead.
And holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices.
A holy priesthood to offer a spiritual sacrifice. Because after Yahawashi, all right, we didn't need to kill animals anymore, man. He was that perpetual sacrifice, man, that lived forevermore. You see? So we offer those spiritual sacrifices. Spiritual sacrifices. We have entered into a new priesthood, man. You see? Go ahead.
Acceptable to the Most High.
Acceptable to the Most High.
Mashiach, Yahawashi.
Yep.
I mean, Yahawashi, Mashiach.
By Yahawashi. So this is that seed that's going to proceed from David that's going to set up a house and establish it, all right, forever, man. All right, talking about Yahawashi building a spiritual house, man. You know? And we are priests after the order of Melchizedek, man. Because even when you're going back to Melchizedek, you know, he had to be on the scene because Abraham needed a high priest to sacrifice to. Because what? He gave Abraham what? World dominion.
Right.
No one was on earth was able to give Abraham that.
That's right.
And who gave Jacob's world dominion? Isaac. All right. Who got the authority to do that? Even Esau swore that dominion he got. Isaac had to give him that.
Right.
You know. With Jacob, he wrestled with the angel. That's why I say it had to be Yahawashi. Right. Because he what? He gave him the title is Prince of the Power.
Yeah.
You see?
That's why Yahawashi is also, when he talks about he created the world.
Yeah, he created those rulership.
Rulerships, man.
Yeah.
And also, immaculate, because immaculate means what? To spot, to blemish.
Right, to make dirty.
Immaculate means, clean. Right, so it's an oxymoron, man. If I could just get there, because I want to just make it clean. So when you go into immaculate, you know, it means not spotted, not defiled.
Free from sin.
Free from sin too. Okay? Because that's what the M do. In immaculate. But when it's just immaculate conception, it means defiled, spotted, blemish. But when you put the M in front of it, it means not spotted, not blemished.
Yep. Look at 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. You keep reading on the same.
All right, verse 14. I will be his father, and he will be my son.
I will be his father, and he will be his son. Who is that speaking of? All right, if David's going to be his father, and Yahawashi said that. Hey, what did Yahawashi say? When David called me Lord, how am I David's son? You know? Hey, everything is spiritual, man. It's put out there, but only the elect gonna see it. Only the prophets break it down, man. You know?
And King David understood it.
King David understood.
You know what I'm saying to my Lord?
Who is he speaking about, man? You know? And then even when Solomon came on the scene, King David bowed to Solomon on his bed, man. You know? You got it, bro.
If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of man.
That didn't happen to Solomon all the time. You see? Solomon died of old age, man. You see? And the kingdom was rent, all right, from Rehoboam. You know, the northern kingdom was split, and it was only the southern kingdom that stayed with Rehoboam, man. You know, Benjamin and Levi. You know?
And then you have a sprinkling of northern kingdom too. You know?
You got it.
And the stripes of the children of men.
Yep. And when did that happen? Yahawashi.
Yeah.
So why is he mentioning these things, you know, to David now for things in the future, man? Because that prophecy had to be fulfilled through Yahawashi, man. You know? You got one?
In this book of Sirach 47:22.
That Matthew 5:17.
It says, but the Lord will never leave off his mercy,
Yep.
neither shall any of his works perish.
Yep.
Neither will he abolish the posterity of his elect. And the seed of him that loveth him, he will not take away.
Yeah, so the Lord will not do away with the prosperity of his elect. King David was of the elect. Alright, so King David will have a prosperity forever, man. And Yahawashi is the only one that can fulfill that prophecy in Samuel about establishing, alright, the throne of David forever, man.
That's offspring.
Yep. And it says, wherefore he gave a remnant unto Jacob, and out of him a root unto David.
Root unto David. It keeps mentioning the root of David. All right, even that was one of Yahawashi's nicknames, thou son of David. Blind men, they were trying to get him to be quiet, and they killed how the son of David. Son of David. That was one of his nicknames, man. You know?
See, and they knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
The spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
You got that.
Right.
Yeah.
16.
16, yes.
All right, 1 Corinthians 3:16, it says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High.
Know ye not that you are the temple of the Most High. We are the temple. We the temple that's being built up, man. That's why we're going through what we're going through, man. We're being purified, man, so we can be solid, man. You see? Go ahead.
And that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you.
And that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. All right? Because the temple was representing what, man? The presence of Yahawashi amongst Israel, man. Now it's within the elect men. You know? Let's make up the house of David, the spiritual house, man. You know? And this is going to be an eternal establishment, man. That prophecy has to be fulfilled, man. The Most High don't start something and then leave off at it, man. He finishes everything, man. You know, he's a true perfectionist, man.
Right.
You know? You can read 17.
It says, if any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy.
Him shall the Most High destroy. All right? And that's why you can't defile your temple with these different doctrines, man. That's spiritual fornication, man. You see? Just like if you would bring an idol into the old temple, you would be put to death, man. It's the same thing with our temple, man.
As you said, the Most High will now leave off, right? Yeah. And this is 1 Samuel 15:29.
Yep.
And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
Yeah, so the Most High is not going to start, all right, a prophecy or state of prophecy and not fulfill it, man. Our prophecy going to be fulfilled, man. That's what we watching now, man. Why you think they got the, what they call the wallet more? You know, going into what they call it, implantable payments. You see, I was listening to that on the way. That's a prophecy, man. It got to be fulfilled, man. You know. Oh, that was it on there. Yeah, get that Matthew. Yep.
And it's Matthew 5
Get Acts 15.
and 17. Did not that come to destroy the law
Yep.
or the prophets?
Hey, so Yahawashi didn't come to destroy the law of the prophets. Basically, the Old Testament. Because Christians like to take the New Testament and try to make it, you know, make the Old Testament forward. No, Yahawashi didn't come for that purpose, man. He tell you what he came to do, man. Go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. He had to fulfill his prophecy that he had to fulfill. Even going back to Samuel, man. The promise that the Most High made to King David, all right, has to be fulfilled, man. And Yahawashi is the only man that can do that, man. You know, sit on the throne of David forever, man. Who else can do that? You know? Why, like I say, why throughout the whole New Testament, David is being brought up, man? Because why? It's linked to the prophecy, man. You see? Go ahead.
This Acts 15:8. It says, and the Most High, which know the hearts, bear them witness, giving them the Holy Spirit.
People don't understand the purpose, you know, of Yahawashi, all right? It ain't to put them on a damn tree, right? You know, lights, all right, go broke, you know, wait on income tax, maybe. Yahawashi didn't get tortured to death for that, man. You know? Go ahead.
All right, this Romans 15:8. It says, now I say that Yahawashi Mashiach was a minister of the circumcision.
A minister of the circumcision, which means he dealt with the men that knew that they were Israelites, the Jews. That's where the ministry started at. That's where he set his foundation in. All right? And then eventually Apostle Peter branched out to the Israelite forum, started working these, and then their office was given to Apostle Paul, man. You see?
And this is Zechariah 12:7. The Lord Yahawah also shall save the tents of Judah first.
So save the tents of Judah first. Alright, and that's why he established his ministry within Judea. And that's why he told the disciples not to even go to Samaria, man, because it wasn't time. Alright, go ahead.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Yeah, because Judah, alright, is the head tribe. Alright, that's the tribe of the kings, man. You know, and the Most High deals with order, man.
1 Kings 11:36.
Yep.
And to his son shall I give one tribe, that David, my servant, may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name in.
Yeah, so he's going to establish it through Yahawashi. Alright, so even all the way up into the Babylonian captivity, alright, he had a son of David on the throne, man. I think Zedekiah was the last king, alright, of Judah, you know? But he was a descendant of David, man. Alright? But Yahawashi is going to restart that lineage of David, and he's going to sit on David's throne forever, man. Which is what? The 12 tribes unified. Rulership over the heathens, man. That's what that throne entails, man. You see? You got it, bro. You start off.
Alright, this is Romans 15:8. It says, now I say that Yahawashi Mashiach was a minister of the circumcision for the truth of the Most High. To confirm the promises made unto the fathers.
To confirm the promises made unto the fathers, man. Yahawashi came to confirm the promises, man, of old. Like Brother Tazwan just read, I came not to destroy, but to fulfill. We was detached from the promises through what, man? Disobedience. We was cast out. You know? Matter of fact, get Ephesians 2:11, man. Let's read down, man. This was the purpose of Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi came and rebuild the dynasty of Israel, man. Alright? The glory days, man. You see? Yeah, Ephesians 2:11.
And this Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember that you being in past time Gentiles in the flesh.
In the flesh. Going back to what? Alright? Our people living after the flesh, because these heathens, they live after the flesh. Alright? They don't have a spiritual connection to Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. That's why all their customs is based on the flesh. All these myths, you know, all these crazy ass customs, they base it on the flesh. We're the only people that have a spiritual connection to Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. You see, so our people, through the flesh, alright, through their lifestyle became Gentiles, man. But that was the purpose of Yahawashi. Go ahead.
So back over. Refer, remember that you being in past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called on the circumcision, but they wish to call circumcision.
Yeah, because you had our people living in the land, you know, knew they were Israelites. Alright? They looked down upon those Israelite foreigners that had took it after those heathen customs, man. Right. You see? Go ahead.
In the flesh made by hands.
In the flesh made by hand. Hey, because they were looking at them guys like there's no way they can be with us anymore, man. There's no way they're going to be able to partake in the promises, man. But see, Yahawashi came and bridged that gap, man. You know? You got it.
Verse 12. That all the time you were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
You without who?
Yahawashi.
Without Yahawashi. See, the Israelite foreigners, they was without Yahawashi. Just like we was coming up, we was without Yahawashi. No, that's why we was into whatever we was into, because we didn't have Yahawashi. But now, through Yahawashi, we have been brought back to the promises of our forefathers through belief in Yahawashi, man. Go ahead.
Come. And strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope.
Strangers of the covenant of promise, man. Strangers of the covenant of promise. You see, we didn't know anything. Here it is, you born. All right, it's like you been born in Kuwait somewhere, and you not know in America your dad's a billionaire. Ain't nobody told you nothing. You know, That's how it was. We was being born. We didn't know we was born into these promises, man. You know? What the scriptures say, you know, not even before they was even born, not doing good or evil. You see? So we didn't know we was born into these promises. We know about no rulership, man. You know, the closer we came to what? King of the South, and shit like that.
Hey, having no hope and without the Most High in the world.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 20, verse 13. Yep. But now, Mashiach Yahawashi, Yehu, sometimes were far off or made nigh by the blood of the Mashiach.
Yeah, so now Yahawashi is not. Do that sacrifice going back, and how is he not? Like you always get into the wisdom. That's how he's not. The seals, like the brother, that's how he's not unto us now, man, through the knowledge. You see? Because Yahawashi said he was up with us in Revelation. You know? What's that? Revelation? You know? Because now he's now to his men, man. You know, seals being on loose, bro.
In Revelation 3:20, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him.
Yeah, so what is he talking about? He standing at the door and knock. Talking about your mind. All right? He knocking on your mind. These videos, Yahawashi knocking on your mind, man. You know? Go ahead.
And will sup with him, and he with me.
Yeah, hey, and how do you sup with Yahawashi? You read. That's your one-on-one time with Yahawashi when you read. You see? Intimacy. Your intimacy, man. He's showing you things, man. You can read something, you know, then another precept pop up. That's Yahawashi through the Holy Spirit guiding you through the book.
Hey, Romans 8:15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father.
Yeah, so we got the spirit of adoption, man. All right, what you say? When you chosen?
Yeah, adoption means chosen.
Yep. Hey, so we not gonna go into bondage of Christianity anymore, man. That's why vocab left and went and wrote a book, man.
For 5 weeks, so take a 5 months on.
It might be COVID-23 by the time you come back, man. You know, songbird. You know, it might be going down by then, man. You got it. No, you finish? Yeah, keep reading.
Keep going? All right, verse 14. For he is our peace, who have made both one, have broken down the middle wall of partition.
Yeah, Yahawashi brought together a lot of years of animosity between the Jews, all right, and the Israelite foreigners, you know, those Jews that had been Hellenized, you know, and also between the northern and southern kingdom, man. You know, there was a lot of years of animosity, man. The northern and southern kingdom, they used to go at it, man. You know, you have some accounts where the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel go to war, and you have 500,000 people die, man. Israelites, man. There was a lot of animosity, man. So Yahawashi came to clear up all that, man. You know, go ahead.
The middle wall between partition between us, verse 15, have abolished in his flesh the enmity.
Having abolished in his flesh. So he was born what? Of flesh.
Enmity.
You know? The
Enmity.
The opposition. The opposition. Like, it was, like you say, like these young niggas running around, like the ops. That's how it was in ancient Israel, man. They southern northern kingdom was at it, man. Even with the Israelite, those Hellenized Jews, and those Jews that was in the land, hey, they was at it, man. You know,
and you still got that spirit today, man.
Yep.
You know, like just with the games. You know, in Chicago, you think about the Northern Kingdom games, the Southern Kingdom games. There's a friction between them. And the ones about people that is in the circumcision that know they are Israelites, they don't like to, claim the Northern Kingdom tribes, man. They like to just say, it's all black, the 12 tribes of Israel, man. So those same spirits still here today.
And the only thing that solved it is belief in Yahawashi. Let's say if all them gangs believe in Yahawashi, that beef would be over instantly, man. You know? But We know it's not written, but just giving an example. That's how the trials are together now through belief in Yahawashi. Until Shiloh shall the gathering of the people be.
Right. And they stick. And they stick.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's how we stand up here.
Yep.
We believe in Yahawashi.
That's
That's
right.
it. All right, you ready? I have abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of the commandments contained in ordinancy to make himself a twain of one man, so making peace.
Yep. Hey, that twain talking about the two nations, man. The northern and southern kingdom. The two making one. You know? You got it.
This Isaiah 11 and 12. And he should set up an ensign for the nations and should assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Yeah, ensign was Yahawashi. You know, going back to this ministry, you know, to now. And because Yahawashi is being lifted up, man. Because what? This is going up to them satellites in the heavens, man. And then coming back down into multiple outlets, man.
That's right.
You see? So now Yahawashi is being lifted up again. That's right. You see? You got it.
Hey, what's one of Yahawashi's many titles? Shiloh. You know? So you're going to set that peace between the elect of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, man.
Right.
So he says,
Well, what about that brazen serpent during the time of Moses? You know? That was a symbolic for Yahawashi.
Sure is.
They were healed when they looked upon it.
Man.
So through the Spirit, we look upon it.
And this John 3 and this is the book of John 3. I'll start at verse 14.
See, everybody know John 3:16, and everybody know 14 and 15. And like that's the only verse in John.
That's it.
Matter of started at John 3:13. And no man had ascended up to heaven, but he that came from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
It's telling you right there.
Who was the serpent lifted up to? Israel.
That's right.
You know?
And this is all red too. So this is how Shah speaking to the elect.
Because Jay was getting bit by them serpents,
That's
man.
right.
Hey?
And when they looked upon it, when they looked upon that brazen serpent, they got healed.
Yep. Hey, because Esau, that serpent now bites
That's
Jake,
right.
man.
That's right.
You know, hey, he's literally biting. All right, Jake, man. Hey, because you go into how snake fangs work. It's the same way as the needle. You know, the fangs, they penetrate you, and then the poison is injected directly into your bloodstream. That's why it's so effective. You see? The needle works the same way. It's injected in you, and then he squeezed that concoction in you, man. You know?
This Psalm 58:4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stopped at her ear.
Yeah, and then you got Jake telling you to ride with him. You know? But I say, if you follow ISUPK after yesterday, there ain't nothing we can say, man. You know? Hey, we moving on, man. If a nigga can't get it, we moving on, man. If you shouldn't need no breakdown to lead that guy, man. You know?
And in every war you have casualties, man.
Right. Somebody got to fall.
Somebody got to fall.
To save ministry, you know? Somebody got to be part of the ministry, man. You know?
Hey, going back to the southern kingdom, northern kingdom coming together. Hey, this Isaiah 11 and 13. The envy also of Ephraim should depart, and the adversaries of Judah should be cut off. Ephraim should not envy Judah, and Judah should not vex Ephraim.
The man, can I say something? The main reason why Ephraim had a problem with Judah, why? Because of their head tribe.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, Yahawashi is going to wipe away all the differences we have amongst each other, man. And make us what? One body. Hey, and this happening now. And look at the camp in LA and Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't see that within the spirit, then you're spiritually dehydrated.
I got one for you. And this is the book of
You guys are in the kingdom of them. We just all looking like.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
This book of Psalm 78, verse 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved.
Right. So the Most High set on what? Judah to be that head tribe. Okay, so if the Most High walked on earth, he would have been what? A Judite. How do you know? Because Yahawashi was what? A Judite, spoken of in the book of Hebrews, the 7th chapter.
Alright, verse 16. Alright, this is Ephesians 2 and 16. And that he might reconcile both unto the Most High.
That he might reconcile. The only nation that can be reconciled on earth is Israel, man. Hey, there's a particular word to kill all false doctrine, man. Containing salvation for the other nations, man.
But you had said the context clue.
The context, man. Reconcile, read, back, concile, friendly or favorable. All right. How did we come back in favor? Through belief in Yahawashi, man. That's right.
Establishing their relationship.
Yeah.
So the nation of Israel is the Most High's X1.
Yeah. So we get to know him again.
Both unto the Most High in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby.
The enmity is hatred.
Verse 17.
Hey, because Apostle Paul, that's why when he was talking to Cornelius, what did Peter say? He said, it's unlawful to talk to another nation. Yeah. That's their hatred, man. Because they consider the Israelite foreigners like another nation, man. Right. You know? Right.
And he came and preached peace, like he came and preached peace to you, which were far off, and them that were high were not. I mean,
them before off, the Israelite foreigners, and them that were not. All right, those Jews in the land. Go ahead.
So through him, we both had access by one Spirit unto the Father.
So through Yahawashi, we all have that access, man. No matter what walk of life, all right. When you repent and you come back to belief in Yahawashi, you have been opened up to that access, man. All right, which is their promise, man.
And since it's one Spirit, then therefore we have a conspiracy, right? Yeah. The conspiracy is to what? To attain the kingdom of heaven. Yep. And the elect conspires together to attain the kingdom of heaven because of this one Spirit.
And we all breathing in.
Yeah.
The breath of life.
Right. But they call us conspiracy theorists. You fucking right. We conspiracy theorists, man.
Esau turned. Right.
But then Esau bring down the mafia because of the RICO. The RICO is based on conspiracy by my affiliation with this brother and that brother.
Man, and for that word access, it says the act of bringing to, a moving to. It says to God, i.e., the relationship with God, whereby we are acceptable to Him.
Example. Can I call you anytime I want to?
Yeah.
I have access to
access. Yeah. He hid his face from us, and he took those names away.
That's right.
So it says, whereby we are acceptable to him.
So now through Yahawashi, the Most High gave us that number back. Right.
Yeah.
And have assurance that he is favorably disposed towards us.
Assurance, we went in that word. You remember what it means? Guaranteed.
It says, and have assurance that he is favorably disposed towards us.
Yeah. Towards us. Man. That's Israel, man.
Mediator.
Hey, this the time to wake up to who you are, man. Come back to your power, man. All right, this is Father that's in the earth, man. All right, ain't no way you celebrate Christmas, man. 2020, man. You in the middle. All right, of a so-called pandemic. All right, you don't even know, what's to befall the next year to come.
Stuck in traffic like a hole.
All this city shit. So here it is. The Most High closing this thing down, man. Right. All right. Just like that nigga that won't leave the club. You see the lights that came on. DJs walking on there, wrapping up cords. Last bartender wiping off the goddamn counter, man.
Yeah, last call.
That nigga there beatbox. Acapella. That was it. Alright, with that, You know, we pray that you brothers and you few sisters watching, notified once again. We'll give all praise on the glory to
Yahawashi, Yahawashi, confesseth.
Number unto the apostle of GMS, rule well, teach well, be an example to his other brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, and hope for that. Next time, shalom.
Shalom.